Well, what's up, everybody? I am back with another episode of the Bivocational Builder. It's been a minute, and you're going to find out why it's been so long. A lot has changed since my last Bivocational Builder episode, and we're going to get into it on this actual video. So, for those that don't know, I'm a bivocational pastor, which means I work in the church and I work outside of the church. I'm probably one of the truest forms of a bivocational pastor because I'm not doing one more than the other. They're both kind of equal, which means, man, it's a lot of time and energy that is expended to do both. But here's some of the changes that have taken place since my last episode. Some good, some not good at all. So a couple good changes first. Change number one, I've got a new mount. My phone is resting on a new mount, a better mount. Hopefully a more stable mount. One that's not shaking and bouncing over every single bump that I hit. So that's upgrade number one. Another change that has happened is I've got a new mic. I was using just a cheap iPhone Lightning plug-in mic off of Amazon, and that worked, but man, the connection was awful, and the sound just wasn't that great. I'm now using these DJI mic minis. I got it on a killer deal. I got it when it was on sale, and then I had some free money that I used to pay for the rest of it. Killer deal. This mic, the value of this mic is tremendous, especially for someone like me. I'm not always in an office setting. In fact, none of these bivocational builder moments have really came from an office setting. These came from, out in the field, or walking around the church. And so having something I can connect to my phone and then to my body. The coolest thing about this mic setup, this DJI mic mini, they're not paying me anything for this. They probably should. The cool thing about it is it not only has a clamp, where it will attach to something, like what's attached to right now, the seat belt. But if I wanted to attach it to my t-shirt, I don't wear button-ups or polos a lot. And so if I wanted to attach it to my t-shirt, it comes with a magnet also. And these are, it comes with one receiver, two transmitters. I think I'm getting that right. The receiver, the part you attach to your phone. Here's the cool thing. I'm still using a Lightning model iPhone. I have an upgrade. I need an upgrade. But the actual receiver comes with two different types of adapters. I had to buy one from their website for the Lightning, but it also comes with a USB-C adapter. And so you just plug it in, plugs in nice and tight to your phone. It won't fall off or anything like that. You can plug it into a, DSLR mirrorless camera. You can plug it into a soundboard. With the 3.5 jack. So anyways, those are a couple changes that were great. The other change is not so great. I don't know if you realize it, but this video is being shot from a different vehicle. And that's not because I wanted to shoot it from this vehicle. It's because I have to shoot it from this vehicle. Here's what happened. Me and my wife, as of June the 17th, 2025, we celebrated our 25th year wedding anniversary. 25 years. That's not a long time for some, but for most, that's a long time. And the beginning of this year, we started our podcast called Late Night Conversations. And you might want to jump over there if you're married or you're wanting to get married for some really good, solid relationship and marriage advice. We've learned some things in 25 years. We want to help you with the things we've learned in 25 years. The sooner you learn the things that we learn later on, the better your relationship will be. And we've had a great relationship. It's been amazing. Not perfect, but it's been great. I mean, and we're working on it getting better as days go by, not worse. Not like the best days were the first days. Now the best days are still ahead of us. Anyways, a day before our 25th wedding anniversary, I was at a job in the northern part of the DFW Metroplex. I hadn't worked in the northern part of the DFW Metroplex in years because I was tired of the traffic. But I got this job. It was recommended from a friend. So it was a friend of a friend type thing. And it was a whole home renovation job. And I was like, man, I mean, you know, it's probably worth taking this job. So I took the job. The job itself was fine. I mean, nothing on that job was really, you know, out of the ordinary. No real issues, although every job has issues. That's just the nature of life. It's the nature of anything. It's the nature of the church. Every church has issues. So the minute you think your church has got problems, just realize your friend's church and the churches you idolize have problems. But there's just, you know, that's just life. Anyways, my problem got really big really fast. I usually go to Home Depot. I have an account there where I'm able to get, you know, I just realized I got gum in my mouth. You're not supposed to talk with gum in your mouth. But this is a vlog style video, so I guess we're good. I usually go to Home Depot. This is the day before. This is June 16th, 2025. The day before mine and my wife's wedding anniversary. We had been busy. We had scheduled an in-town, you know, just getaway, romantic getaway in a part of town we've never stayed in before. Nothing super special. You know, we just didn't have the time margin. We really didn't have the money, you know. That kind of sucks to get to 25 years and really not have the time and the financial resources to do something big. But we're still together, so that's proof that your relationship is not based on, you know, how big your wedding is, how much money you spend on it, where you get to go on your anniversary or your honeymoon, and then on your anniversaries. Man, the power is in you two making it work. So I'm at the job. I need a part. I'm in a hurry because I want to get out of town before traffic. And I go to Lowe's instead of Home Depot because Lowe's was closer and I was in a hurry. On the way to Lowe's, there's a Chick-fil-A in the parking lot. And I grab Chick-fil-A. I go to Lowe's. I'm on the phone with my wife telling her, this is what I've got going on. This is how long it's going to take. I'll be home and we'll be out, man. We'll be doing our thing. I go in. I'm in the store. I ate my lunch first in my truck. I go in. I'm in the store for 10 minutes max. This is 1:30 in the middle of the day. And I come out and, you know, I'm a little confused because I don't see my truck, but that's not normal. I mean, that is normal for me in this age. I don't know. I'm 47. I don't know what happened. The worst thing I can do right now is go in the grocery store and walk back out. I don't remember where I parked. I don't know, man. Help me out there. If you're older, help me out. Is that my age? Do I need to go get checked out? I don't know what it is. So I'm thinking I forgot where I parked, you know, and this is normal. And so I'm pushing this cart and I'm walking around trying to figure out where my truck is. And I'm starting to panic a little bit because, you know, I'm like, I know it was in this general area, but I've not remembered where I parked before. And I turn around and look at the store. And I realized when I walked into the store, I walked in on the same aisle where the hot dog stand was. And I looked to the left and I realized this is where I was parked and my truck is gone. Long story short, I was told that my truck was stolen within seconds the minute I got out of the truck by someone who had parked catty corner to me, but facing me. And the store security guy said they either were sitting in their truck the whole time that I was there or something. And that the minute I got out of my truck and walked past their truck, 3 guys got out, opened my doors. My truck was locked. You know, they got out, popped my lock somehow, probably with some scanner or something. Popped my hood, cut something, I'm guessing, and drove off. He said there was a chance I wasn't even in the store yet by the time they were in my truck driving off. Now, that's not the worst part of this whole story, because I called the Dallas police, and then I find out that somehow, some way, in the grand scheme of life, that someone who has paid their auto insurance since he was 18 years old, I've always had my own policy. I've never been on someone else's insurance policy. I've never driven without insurance, never. I've always paid it. Somehow, 2 weeks prior, my insurance company had dropped me without letting me know. And I'm still trying to figure out if I need to sue them. I don't know. You know how all that works. I've never sued anyone. I found out because I got onto my app to call them to report it stolen, and my policy just said canceled. That's all it said, canceled. Long story short, the change that I'm talking about that wasn't so great is I'm in my wife's car. And I've been running a church and a construction company out of a 2024 Chevy Trax. Think about that. I'm trying to do what I can. Listen, because I still got to pay for that truck. Insurance didn't pay it off. I still got to pay for that truck. What am I supposed to do? I've got an older truck, my first truck that I ever bought. I started trying to fix it and ran into some issues. You know, it doesn't run. I own it. You know, it's easy to work on. So that's my plan, is to fix it while I'm paying the other truck off. You know, I don't know what else to do. But it got me thinking just about life in general and how this last season of life has been for me as a bivocational builder. Man, it's had some highlights and it's had some lowlights. And my truck getting stolen was, I mean, that's why I had to get a new, bracket. They didn't get the microphone, but they got the bracket, the mount. And man, that was just really tough. It was really tough to navigate. Life didn't stop just because my truck got stolen. Jobs couldn't stop. I still had to work. I still had to make money. Still had to provide for my family. But man, it really got me thinking on this idea of change and how life is full of change, whether we want it to change or not. Whether we, are ready for the change or not. Like I said, I mean, I'm 47, so I use readers sometimes to read, my Bible or read manuals if I'm putting something together for a job. That's something I've never had to do before, man. I get out readers to put together a shower door or something, I mean, it's wild. But change is always going to happen, no matter what, whether you want it to or not. But here's what I love about being a believer. We have a foundation and we have a security in something that never changes. The scripture tells us that our God is the Lord God, and he changes not. Yes, in life there are seasons for everything, but God never changes. And I'm grateful that I've got a faith that I can stand on in the midst of all of the change, that reminds me that he's still got the whole world in his hands. He's still got my church, my business, my life, my family in his hands, and I can count on him. That's why I haven't had a whole lot of Bivocational Builder episodes lately. And I just realized I've got some time between this job and headed back to the house. And I thought, why don't I just give an update? Maybe I'll do some more of the Bivocational Builder vlogs. I'm just driving down the street, just making life work. If I can run a construction company out of a Chevy Trax, what's capable in your life? What are you capable of? What can you do? Think about that. I don't know if you've seen a Chevy Trax. Thank God it's not the bubble ones. No hate against the older Chevy Trax. It's the newer, more modern style. We got it because we downsized, because we got kids that are driving now. We didn't need all the space from our Traverse. And so, but if I can run a construction company out of a Chevy Trax, what can you do with what you still got in your hands? I got the keys to that truck, but it doesn't do me any good. So that's just an update on life. That's an update on the Bivocational Builder and what's been going on. Let me know in the comments if you like this, vlog style format, and I'll bring you some more. I have been doing some things that I'm calling windshield wisdom. They are lives as I'm just driving, in between the job and church duties, and you can catch those out. They're posted. I repost them. Just wisdom, just thoughts from the top of my head as I'm driving. So check it out. Subscribe, like, comment, share this. Let me know if you want me to talk about something in the future. But until then, Caleb Knight, the Bivocational Builder. Everything in life changes, and you're going to have to be ready for it no matter what. But God does not change. I'm thankful for that. See y'all soon.